Former three-term New York Governor Mario Cuomo famously said of politics, quote, "You campaign in poetry, you govern in prose." Yeah, navigating the intricacies of a massive bureaucracy doesn't make for good campaign rhetoric. For an American president, the contrasting juxtaposition between campaigning and governing is multiplied several times. A president campaigns domestically and governs internationally. A president of the United States has limited power confined to the executive branch. Teddy Roosevelt concurred, and he said, really, he has his voice. He said, "I have got such a bully pulpit here at the White House." As said, the president's power revolves primarily around foreign policy, be it as that he is commander-in-chief of the military or that the State Department is under the auspices of the executive branch. President Biden, as former chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, has been well prepared to take on the mantle of global leadership in the U.S. presidency demands. As all presidents do, he stumbled a bit with the chaotic withdrawal of U.S. troops from Afghanistan, although it was former President Trump who had negotiated the deal with the Taliban, and this was seen as a low point in American foreign policy. That said, President Biden's handling of Russia's invasion of Ukraine is widely seen as an unmitigated success across the free world. President Biden has strengthened NATO. He has harnessed tens of billions of dollars in military aid to shore up Ukraine's defenses. And most importantly, he has put authoritarian regimes on notice that any unilateral invasion of a country by an aggressive state will not be tolerated on the principle that such behavior must be stopped. And its primary driving lesson came from Germany's unchallenged 1939 annexation of the Sudetenland. President Biden has made it clear to Vladimir Putin that his attempted annexation of Ukraine will not stand. And Russia is losing the war. And by most estimates, Russia has endured over 100,000 casualties, including over 30,000 deaths in a few short months. And now Putin is desperate. He has threatened to use tactical nuclear weapons to staunch his compounding failures on the field. And most military experts don't see how the use of nuclear weapons would help Russia's forces, as they would still have to use ground forces to physically occupy the destroyed landscape. And nor do U.S. intelligence agencies see any Russian preparation for a nuclear attack. However, President Biden warned at a fundraiser in New York this week that the risk of nuclear Armageddon is highest since the Cuban Missile Crisis. We don't know the details of this assessment because we are not privy to the president's daily briefing. But it's fair to say that President Biden's grim evaluation should give us all pause. From the White House, this is Douglas Christian.